The human body is an amazing machine, and when we experience the onset of systemic inflammation in our bodies, it can be really scary. Systemic means that this happens throughout your whole systems, not just one area like a cut or scrape which would heal on its own without causing more damage because of over-aggregation from pain signals sent through nerves ending up at spinal cord level before finally reaching brain where they are recognized as awfulness. Inflammation occurs because certain cells called macrophages see something dangerous happen outside them, so instead of helping in the cleanup and possible regeneration process, they wait until their friends, complement proteins, come to help macrophages tear apart what was once a healthy cell or tissue. 1. Systemic inflammation is like having this same garbage truck team revving its engines and waiting outside your door for it to be dark outside so they can get to work. Macrophages aren't too fussed about all this noise, but the complement proteins that have been called in are a bit more wise, and will often block up arteries with plaque being disposed of from macrophages in order to reduce blood flow if necessary. This means that if your systemic inflammation is on the high end of the spectrum, it can be really hard to get rid of the entire problem, especially if you continue to over-aggregate pain signals. This means that it is more important than ever for individuals experiencing high levels of systemic inflammation to take ashwagandha so they will have an easier time of healing. Ashwagandha is an Ayurvedic herb that is normally prepared by boiling ashwagandha in water and drinking the liquid. Ashwagandha will reduce systemic inflammation, increase immunity, improve brain activity, treat arthritis pain, relieve carpal tunnel syndrome, improve male sexual health, help cure ulcers/gastritis/peptic ulcers, reduce tumor growth rate in breast cancer patients, prevent tumors from increasing size in the prostate, and improve lymphocyte activity. Ashwagandha also reduces stress in individuals who are dealing with both mild and high levels of systemic inflammation by helping to regulate hormones and increase GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that increases relaxation and reduces stress. Ashwagandha has been studied and shown to help with insomnia due to its ability to change the GABA-glutamate ratio, which helps individuals stay asleep longer. Ashwagandha also protects liver health by acting as a hepatoprotective agent, meaning ashwagandha prevents liver damage. Ashwagandha has also been linked to preventing skin diseases caused by inflammation, but this study needs to be replicated due to the fact that ashwagandha is an unstable molecule. Ashwagandha reduces overall systemic inflammation because it contains saponins and alkaloids which can regulate cortisol levels and reduce stress. Ashwagandha is also effective at reducing liver inflammation by inhibiting lipopolysaccharide-induced nuclear factor kappa B, NFKB, activity, which helps to minimize the body's inflammatory state. Ashwagandha has been an anti-inflammatory in both acute and chronic conditions by preventing inflammatory cytokines, regulating lipids and cholesterol levels, increasing antioxidant activities via its high levels of antioxidants, downregulating C-reactive protein expression, a cardiovascular risk factor, promoting cell signaling processes that minimize inflammation including NFKB inhibition, inhibiting natural killer cells which are activated during an immune response to reduce the body's immune system, and reducing cardiac hypertrophy, which is an increase in heart muscle size that can occur when the heart is exposed to inflammation for prolonged periods of time. Ashwagandha reduces chronic inflammation because it contains withofferin A, which helps decrease TNF-alpha, tumor necrosis factor, alpha, which is an immunoregulatory protein that is involved in systemic inflammation. Ashwagandha reduces acute inflammation because of its ability to inhibit macrophage migration inhibitory factor, a protein that regulates the transition from innate to induced immunity and is involved in multiple levels of inflammatory regulation. Ashwagandha has been shown to ameliorate the symptoms of arthritis by reducing inflammation and pain on a molecular level by reducing inflammatory cytokines, leukocyte migration into the synovial membrane, and increasing anti-inflammatory cytokines in serum. Ashwagandha also has been shown to significantly reduce pro-inflammatory markers in septic rats. Ashwagandha is a powerful herb that can help keep inflammation under control by reducing the amount of inflammatory cytokines in the body, downregulating nuclear factor kappa B activity, and reducing stress, which is what activates cortisol production. Ashwagandha also has many health benefits that are not related to inflammation, including improving cognition, promoting healthy thyroid function, increasing lean muscle mass, decreasing belly fat, regulating blood sugar levels, and reducing anxiety. Ashwagandha is the perfect herb to help reduce inflammation because it helps regulate cortisol levels, downregulates nuclear factor kappa B activity, and reduces inflammation in both acute and chronic conditions. Ashwagandha is a wonderful herbal supplement that can help individuals prevent inflammation from occurring by keeping stress under control. Common signs of inflammatory distress include bloating and gas in the digestive system, flare-ups of arthritis in the joints, retention of water in the muscular system, and symptoms of brain fog that diminish cognitive capabilities in the affected individual, such as thinking and memory recall. Inflammation can occur for a variety of reasons, but the most common being digestive inflammation associated with the food we eat. Consuming large quantities of refined carbohydrates induces an inflammatory response in the gut. As the inflammatory proteins in gluten and other refined carbs enter the digestive system, they cause a swelling of the intestinal wall that allows toxins to escape into the blood. As a result, inflammation spreads to other regions of the body. Consuming ashwagandha powder with your meals helps to reduce the inflammatory response in the gut from eating refined carbs.